Hello, everybody. Welcome to Two Exiles, One Portal. I am Mr. Coffee, once again, joined by Caspar. Uh,
Hey.
we have just some random thoughts on some random junk today, and some verdict news. So, which part did you want to touch on first?
Verdict news. I think
Verdict.
that's a little serious for what we're going to be doing. But yeah, I think how's everything? First of all.
Great. How about you?
Can't complain. I think we've came off a good grind these past couple days. I
A
think
little
it's
bit. I've been jumping back and forth between a couple different games. Even though the Ascent is great, I think I ran into that thing that I was talking about earlier, where anything that you play is better when you're playing it with someone else.
I would highly agree with you. Highly agree.
Yeah, this game is fun, but it's way more fun with other players. And I was trying to get into an online match, and I don't know if it was just the time that I was getting on, but I just couldn't find anything, and it's sad. I would have liked to continue playing, but then again, it's not like this was going to be my new thing anyway. So
Fair enough. I was about to load up the Ascent actually.
I already did.
To
That's what
show
I'm literally playing.
to show some players what we've been doing, but apparently I won't be able to do that. So I'm gonna have to screen your screen if you can. If you can,
I would
it's not
start
necessary.
lagging for our talk, so we
All
would
right.
have to
so
give me
so
time to
so
respond.
no. It's a strong maybe no.
A strong
I
maybe, most
have
likely.
I have all that stuff turned on. The RTX and all right. First of all, I guess I should say this. I forgot that I have a 3080, right? So when we right towards the end of us playing, I think you asked me like, "Hey, how does the game looks on your card?" And I'm like, "I don't know, looks fine to me." He's like, "Do you have any other fancy stuff on?" And I'm like, "Hmm,
Fancy stuff.
like what is this fancy stuff you're talking about?" Yeah, God rays and all that stuff, RTX stuff. And I kind of realized I'm like, no, I don't have none of that shit on. And I looked in the settings, and in fact, it wasn't on. None of it was on. So I figured for the last gameplay, I was like, let me turn it on, see what it does. The game looked better's a strong word. I think the game looked good out the box without all that RTX stuff.
Yeah, it does. It does. Looks great.
It ain't needed. When you turn on all that other stuff, it made it marginally look better. Like a little bit better. I think I have a screenshot. Maybe I can show if I can dig it up. I know Steam sometimes does really weird stuff when it comes to screenshots.
You did save it on or you
Discord.
did send it.
Yeah. You're right. Did I send it to you? Did I send it to Discord? Let me see.
I can't remember, to be completely honest with you.
Okay. As I talk, I'll sift through the channel, see if I can find it. But yeah, so the game again looks marginally better with all that fancy stuff on. Without it looks the same. I don't think you miss anything. I don't think it's like you're not gonna sit there like, oh man, I'm missing out on so much stuff.
I agree. I was looking at the screenshot, and it does. It's not insignificant. It's there. You can see it. It's noticeable. It's just not like, holy shit, new level. It's awesome. The
Right.
game is a pretty game, but
Right.
it's a default pretty game.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can pull up the other one. Oh, right there, perfect. Download, save image as. Okay. Let me get the other one. Sorry guys, I'm doing this live, so just bear with
Because
me.
we do zero prep. You get the raw
Well,
us.
yeah, like we come up with these ideas on the fly, and we think to ourselves like, all right, we're going to talk about this, and then we don't
We don't.
we don't do it, or then we start going down this rabbit hole where we start talking about something else that I didn't completely prepare for. So that's what's happening here.
Though, if I'm being completely canon, we did kind of mention that we were gonna do our final.
So you're blaming me now. See how you
No,
gonna
no,
start throwing people under the bus. This is what
I'm
happens
not throwing people under the
when.
bus, but I'm being canon. You see, we can only like sugarcoat so much before we start being disingenuous, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I feel like
That's my
this cannon
story, and I'm
somehow is
sticking
being
to
pointed
it.
at me though.
Nah, it isn't because I do zero prep.
Oh no, you prepare your coffee and prep your smokes. That's what you do.
Yeah.
All right.
I only prep me.
So if you're looking at the screen right now, it's up now. So this is what the game looks like without any of the fancy bell and whistles, right? It's just this is out the box, 1080. I think it's running at 1080p. I'm more than that. Yeah, 1080. Not running nothing. The frame rate that I got was about 120, give or take more, on a 3080, and I'm not gonna go into super specific into my rig, but
Actually, is there an FPS counter on this?
I don't know
Or
if
were
it
you?
had. I have a external one that counts it for me.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's cool.
your
My card probably came with one, but I got that.
your card should have it. The NVIDIA Experience.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. I don't know if that's
Oh,
what I
okay.
use, but if you can use that as well.
Got you.
It's very
Okay.
lightweight. Steam also has it.
Oh, cool.
Steam Overlay. So I think that's the one I'm using. Steam Overlay
Got you. Cool.
gives me the FPS.
As a matter of fact, I should
So,
actually re-enable my Steam overlay for a lot of stuff because
right.
I was saving resources by turning that off.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what it looks like with a 1080. And then I bumped it up. I did 4K plus RTX plus DSLL, whatever that fancy stuff is.
DLSS.
Yes, that thing. And then this is what it looks like. Again,
Pretty.
very bright.
Yeah, much brighter.
Ungodly amount of brightness. It feels like they just turned up the gamma like a mofo. But
it's interesting because there's so much light and light sources in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might be a big factor.
I think the developers underestimated the different light sources that they put in. So whenever you walk into a specific area, because everything is like chrome,
bling bling,
everything refracts light, and then RTX basically says, "Oh, this is supposed to be chrome. It's supposed to refract light," and then you just walk into it, just flashbangs. There's certain rooms that I went into that it was just flashbanging white light, and so I think that was just a bit, maybe a bit of a failure, or maybe an overlook on the developer side of saying, like, "Hey, maybe not everything should be chrome or metallic."
Yeah, they might have been able to use like a couple matte, couple colors.
Yeah. I think it was one of the last rooms that we went into in the mission where it was like
it was like the red
black.
room.
Oh, no, it was the black room.
I remember the red room that even.
Oh yeah,
that
was bad. Yeah, that was bad.
It was like,
that was,
whoa, holy shit.
Yeah, that was bad. It was one of the final rooms that we went into. It was just like black on black on black. And it was just like 50 Shades of Black.
50 Shades of Black.
But it was all shiny chromatic material in it. And it just looked like I've never been black bang. That sounds terrible.
Black bang. You were blacked.
I said it. It came out, and I instantly regretted it. But it was like being flashbang, but just the color black. It was something because, and I don't know if you remember it. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on with this room?
I did, and I was just like, what do you mean? And you're like, the black's in this room.
Yeah, it made everything look so hyper vivid, and I think for the whole metallic cyberpunk thing, it worked, right? Because it's supposed to be futuristic and blah blah blah. I think it's a bit overkill though.
In RTX and from what I was seeing, yeah, I can agree with that. Uh, normal, the light balance in this game is usually pretty solid. Like without all of that on,
Let's see if I can.
like I haven't had too many issues.
I'm gonna add it side to side for everyone to see. So give me a second while I do that. But yeah, so overall, like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I don't know how many players out there are actually playing with all the stuff on.
Oh no. Well, then you also have to remember like just the price of the card is limiting how many people are going to see that anyway. Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
And then you have people that are like, for instance, like you in the beginning, you didn't turn it on, you didn't really look for those settings. You're not someone who really cared about it. You booted up the game and the game looked beautiful.
It
You know,
right out the box, yeah, at 1080 out of the box, the game was whoa.
gorgeous.
It was eye candy from the very beginning.
The amount of clutter and just stuff that is around and in the background detail, and you have cars flying around, and dude, the water in this game looks fucking great. The rain in this game looks great. Like it's great. It's a really good game. I am having an issue where I'm lacking motivation to play New Game Plus.
There's not much reason to play it, and although the game is great out the box. I think we have to talk about the bugs, but we'll talk about the next. It plays great. It's very great entertainment value. I think it's much better when you have a friend.
Absolutely.
You can get to some funny antics. I don't think the game is harder or easier with a friend. I think it's just right as far as
Yeah.
difficulty. We had to like really like
Be
focus on
careful
some
where you
areas. Yeah. Like some areas got real hectic real quick, especially like towards the end, it got real sketchy. And I don't know if that gets any easier if you play by yourself.
That last area, the DLC that we went into, I'm pretty confident we were supposed. I hate that word, right? Supposed to, but I feel like the intended way to do that was to play through New Game Plus, hit the level cap there, and then go into there with all the better gear and shit. Then we'll probably like in like a weird
So,
sort of killing field.
but everything was about level 30. We were about level 28.
Yeah, but the
It would have took us
amount of
to play
shit.
so we wasn't gonna get access to new gear. That's the thing about New Game Plus. It didn't give you any indication that it was gonna give you access to new gear.
It did say new stuff.
I remember seeing new enemies.
I could have swore like new stuff, but I haven't run into anything yet. I have run into just the solid fact that you can upgrade further because you're able to get all of
Upgrade the components.
the components relatively quick, and not to mention your hack tool starts on stays what's it called, so all like the level 2 doors and shit like that are open to you. So, and as you're playing through the game, you find a sizable amount of superior parts and those types of things. So I think that you can get to
My
like a
general
point.
my general philosophy about games that have New Game Plus is that if you're not giving me a dramatic different outlook on the game, I rather not pollute the nostalgic feeling of me beating your game. Like I've played what's a good game for me? Okay, Mountain Blade or any of the Mountain Blade games, right? If you're a listener, you know what this game is. Kudos on you. Coffee, I don't think you know what this game is, right?
The Bannerlord game?
Yeah, Bannerlord.
I haven't played it, but I've seen clips of it, and it seems like just too much stuff.
Okay, I want to go down this route because it's not a game of this is not a review of Bannerlord, but I would not say it's more than Skyrim modded.
Okay.
It's not more than Skyrim modded. For what it is, it does really well. and it just sticks to that. As long as you're into that, you're fine. The moment you want to
Okay.
start deviating from that, you're like, yeah, you get into sketchy waters. And not because the game is not built for that. It's not wasn't made for that. But if you want army simulator, army kingdom simulator, and that all aspect of things, Bannerlord, that's where that fits that groove. But that game basically, you can play that game 50 times, 60 times. You can reload up a new save, you can play it, and every time you play it, you'll get a different experience. But it's not roguelike. It's just that your choices and your freedom to make decisions will give you out different outcomes. Just naturally, because that's how the game is developed. It's not because there's a stream of decisions that you have to make. No, it's just that sometimes you'll get the opportunity to loot a noble. And you're like, do I want to loot this noble? Yeah. And that give you then it cascades. You go into war with a kingdom. And then you'll gain reputation. You'll get a lot of hatred from that company, that kingdom. And before you realize it, you're like hell bent on taking over their kingdom. There's a cascade of consequences from your decisions that sometimes makes the game fun. This game, New Game Plus, is like just play the game over, do the same quests. There's no decision making. There's just a linear story. You just have to do everything all over again with not much change. And to me, it's like there's so much fucking games and there's so many games. Even decided to play this one, we had to sift through like 20 games.
A lot. I think we sifted through way more than 20 games. I think that's like a major understatement.
Like we had like a top 3, and then we were like, then we pulled up the Ascent. It was like,
yeah. And then I was looking at it and I was like, oh yeah, I think we actually have to play this.
which again, for a gamer, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can be daunting because it's like, what do I play now? Which
I have been finding myself in that fucking position every day.
Yeah.
Where I sit there, I boot up, I look at my Steam and my desktop, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know what to double click right now. Like,
yeah. No, I whenever if I'm not playing with you or for the friend, another friend, my go-to is, can I pause it? Can this game be paused? And that has been my rule of thumb, at least for my own personal single player or whatever games.
Right.
Like I can't play League, I can't play any HOTS or any game that does not allow me to pause. Just can't play it because at any moment my toddler might run in. I may have to go get up and do something. I get a call from work or something. It's just I can't. Sometimes the game would be paused for 8 hours. And then I remember I come back to the PC. I remember, oh yeah, I was playing this. And I'll unpause it to see what the fuck was happening. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play it right now. Let me just close it out. That had literally been my last couple of days.
I can understand that being you're what's the word? A human.
I wanted to ask you, what is your verdict on the bugs for the game?
The bugs we were encountering, though frustrating, were not numerous, in my personal opinion. They weren't. It's not like there were none, but it's
you got one bug that I never got, which is the UI disappearing on you.
Yeah, and it wouldn't fix itself. I had to close out the game to fix it, and it was making life a whole bunch of guesswork. But at the same time, I have to be honest, you experienced a bug more frustrating than I did, which was the game basically just not working.
Yeah, it would just freeze. It's rare for you to experience that kind of crash. I don't even want to consider it a crash, but it's technically a crash where the whole thing just freezes up on you.
Stops.
You have to go to Task Manager to close it out.
Yeah.
Then boot it up again.
Which I think I did have that bug as well. But I was actually referring to the one where you were running around and couldn't interact with shit or pull out your gun. or
Mm.
like again,
Yeah.
like it's one of those things where, like, you know, bugs exist,
Yeah.
but
I couldn't
to
even
be
turn
honest,
around. I was stuck in like one general direction. Oh, there was the other one you experienced where if we would talk to the same NPC immediately in the same time,
oh yeah, it
you would
would
get
lock one of
locked. You get one of us would get locked out, and
I'm
you
I
can't
couldn't,
move. You got to
yeah,
relog. That was a bad one too. That happened a
yeah,
lot to you.
that did happen a fair amount to me, and that was a little frustrating. And I do remember one time where it actually was frustrating because I was waiting to talk to an NPC until you like walked far enough away, and like you did a dash away. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna talk to this guy, and then you dashed back immediately and talked to him at the same time, and I fucking locked out. And I was just like, God fucking damn it! Like I was
Yeah.
waiting and everything.
Yeah. Other than those, which is funny because as we're talking about it, right? We're kind of making them a big deal. I think
I don't think
during a couple of hours of gameplay, it would happen once or twice an hour. Is that fair to say?
yeah,
Which
that's pretty fair. That's a lot, but at
it's
the
a
same
lot.
time,
Yeah,
like,
it feels like a lot.
yo. But let's be real, like that's not Cyberpunk. It's also not Starfield. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I'm not.
I have a leeway for these types of things. I really do, especially being that I'm coming from like older hardware.
Look,
I'm used to my games not
I
functioning
love
well.
Spaceborne, and my God, like
That game is buggy as shit.
like bugs for me does not ruin a game.
Right.
It's sometimes what I like to do checks your reality of like this is not a great game, but sometimes your own personal love of a game, that's what it is. Just your own personal love of it. Like you should cringe if you're gonna recommend this game to other people, but um, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey man, it is what it is. Um, and when you introduced me to Spaceborne, that was one of the first things you said. You said, "Bro, it's buggy as fuck."
It's jank, yeah.
But it's try it. It might be a
It's a
gem.
love. It's a love jank. Like it's one of those janks where like I almost wonder how much like personality the game is getting from the jank.
I think so, yeah. And it took me a
Like
while. It took me a while to get over it. It took me
it does
how much
take a second
hours?
to get used to it.
Spaceborne I have so far 50 hours. It took me a solid 10 hours to kind of get over it and start really like liking the game for what it
Being
is.
like, all right, so, yeah, and that, to be honest, I feel like is a lot of the learning aspect of those types of games anyway,
Mm.
where you're experimenting with the different mechanics, you're kind of going through shit, you're finding these bugs, and then you're finding out that even though as you go through it, it's not that fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you learn to adapt to it. You learn to deal with it. Like with Spaceborne, saving before you do something.
Oh yeah,
Like you going into
yeah,
that planet, better save, bro. You're about to do that loading screen, better save, bro.
yeah. Save before you travel anywhere.
Yeah.
Because I have come into places and just fucking hard lock.
And then the Ascent, we knew like every time something happened, don't even try it. Just relog. Just relog. Just
Yeah.
relog. And
Sit there and be like,
just
kick me.
you spent less time engaging with the bug. It's just more time reloading and just playing the game.
Yeah.
So that was you kind of learn to adapt with it and whatever. The I did want to ask you too as well. Now that we're saying all this though, what would you be a grade? Because I think I was looking at the Metacritic score
The
on
meta
this.
score, yeah.
Let's see if how I got it. I don't even know where I put it. But what would be your out of it? 100. What would you give it?
Honestly, dude, I would put this at a solid fucking 90. I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoy the game. It's elevated with friends, right? If with friends, I think this goes up to a 92.
Okay.
Like, I think like the enjoyment factor, especially the first run. Remember when you had to log off, and I was like, bro, this is when we did the desync of our campaigns, and like, dude, I had to play more. There's very few games that hit me like that where I'm like, dude, I want to go to sleep because I'm fucking tired, but I have to play. Like, this is really like absorbed me, and I'm immersed and wanting more, even though I didn't give a shit about the story. Which is depressing.
You have that
I
problem.
do. Dude, there are stories that get me, bro. It just has to be good. It's got to be like exceptional for me to give a fuck about the story. You can't have 5-minute cutscenes and tell me nothing.
I do have something to say about that. The character development of this game, they put some time into it.
Dude, I'll even give them that. Their voice acting, grade A, bro.
Yeah, like
awesome voice acting.
I think they went above and beyond to make not the world feel cyberpunk, like to make it feel unique, not just cyberpunk, but to make it give it that its own little flavor of cyberpunk.
Yes.
What was the doctor name? Doctor the one that gives you the quest for gas.
Oh my god. I can't remember his fucking name.
Some of the names that they would give these characters, NPC characters, were like, are you serious? Are you really?
Definitely.
And they even their personality, everything about it just fits like the cookie cutter mode of like. So they went above and beyond to make it like, not only are you playing a game, it doesn't take itself too serious, but it just
it's its own world.
Yeah, it keeps going hard on it, and I think that's a really big plus on it. By the way, the Ascent got a 74.
That's actually kind of sad.
Yeah, it's been out roughly a little bit over a year now. Well, no, I'm sorry. Over 2 years. It's July 21st.
Then I can imagine that's a long period. And I feel I do also, I don't know what this game was like on release.
That's true. So 74 based on 56 critics and 7.6, which is slightly higher from user scores. So that's usually typical. The users usually give it more higher scores than critics.
Yeah, the critics.
I think I would give it a solid for an ARPG for the amount of fun I had. Oh, I was going to mention this too. I have played the Ascent for 25 hours. So
for an ARPG, I would have to change.
Change what? For ARPG, the score. Okay.
Yeah, because right now I just put it as a game and fun.
How much hours you have in this game?
20.
20?
Yeah.
Oh man, I must have AFK'd. Yeah, I must have AFK'd. So it's a tad short. You have to go out your way to play 30 hours.
I don't think so. I feel like once we started skipping quests when we did the catch up, we kind of didn't stop.
Well, we only took us 2 small deviations for a side quest.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, we kind of didn't do any side quests. We just pushed through the story, and I understand why. I'm not like blaming us, because it's one of those things where like you want to get to the next area, you want to have like more fun, you want to talk to the next NPC.
I found that the main quests were much more funner than side quests.
Yeah, side quests had some funny ass moments though.
The
steroid dudes, yeah. Like, bro, this game has some funny ass moments in it, and I have to appreciate the effort. But it's one of those things where.
So for an ARPG, what would you give it?
For an ARPG, I'd give it an 85.
So it was higher as an ARPG?
No, I had a 90 as a.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the
as a it's too arcadey. It does not feel very ARPG-ish in the sense that I'm taking it. Great game. Again, don't mistake me. Great fucking game. But if I had to put this like next to PoE as far as like an ARPG, dude, like, nah, man, this doesn't hit the 90s.
Not very. rewarding on the grind side.
Gear, yeah. There's
Unlike
not very much to attain.
there's no upside to murdering. And we've had some I think the game's version of juicy fights, like juicy maps, I guess.
A little bit toward the end there, yeah.
Yeah. But it feels like it, like you said, I think it felt arcadey in a sense of like you're just doing this because you're trying to get to the next area, not because you're trying to get gear.
Right. There are that's the other thing. There are dungeons in this game. They just don't feel like dungeons. And they don't feel as rewarding as dungeons.
They don't
Normally.
explain them or they don't introduce them as dungeons. It's just like side areas you can just check out.
Yeah,
And
it's
most
like,
likely
come in
those side
here.
areas are like usually attached to side missions that you either
Yeah.
haven't unlocked, you can still access it, you haven't unlocked it, you haven't unlocked the mission, or you don't have the mission. And I think like last epoch, whatever, and PoE and a few others that we played,
Those hit higher just out of
they
principle.
strategically say, well, this is the main story, but these are dungeons. These are things you do at level 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. So I think those I think for my score, I would probably as far as a standalone game, I'll probably give it a 70. For fun. Unless you play with a friend. I think a large portion of our fun was manufactured by just us playing.
You think so? I think the game is fun. Like right now, for instance, I'm literally playing it. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the Houston. I'm enjoying just walking around murdering people for quest stuff. Like, you know,
like we did the whole Cyrex and Sector, like, and that was just by accident, and we wouldn't even.
And that's like double hilarious. But as far as like the game goes, it is a very interesting kind of power fantasy when you're doing shit that's like your content level.
I don't know if I would have enjoyed it as much about by myself.
I don't think I would as much, but that's again like that's anything, bro. For instance, I have not enjoyed
the fuck out of Path by myself.
I have too, but had never enjoyed Path as much as when like you and Ethan are actually playing.
That's fair. That's fair. But
I didn't mean to blast
because those are different aspects of the game that you're exposed to, right? But you can have lots of fun in Path by yourself. Like pushing that envelope, and it gets to a certain point where it's like, okay. But you could easily dump a few hundred hours into Path. Easy.
Oh, absolutely.
In the Ascent, I don't see myself playing 10 hours by myself. I only have 25, so
I'm wondering how many of those hours are AFK.
Not much, honestly. Not much, because I've only really played with you. I did the tutorial by myself, which was fun because it was a lot of action. And it was new, but to really dump 10 hours into the game, nah, I probably wouldn't. Not by myself.
I probably would have gotten to where we are. I would have finished the game. Okay. I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm enjoying. I enjoy games that let me play like DMR kind of weapons that single shot shoot it.
Like, oh, DMR. Okay, I'm like,
DMR. Yeah. Sorry,
not military.
No, it's an old Halo term. But it's just like a single shot repeater kind of weapon. I have a soft spot in my heart for any game that allows me to play like a pseudo sniper.
Got it.
Like I can't help it. I'm biased, I guess. And you got to admit, bro, as far as like atmosphere goes, this game is kind of up there.
That's fair enough. And out of gun diversity,
not a lot of gun diversity.
So it's halfway. Yes, it's medium. Like you have the traditional rifle, you have a burst rifle, which comes in two forms. It comes in electric or ballistics. I think maybe in New Game Plus you would have got a different kind.
You have the autos do come in a different kind. They come in explosive.
Okay.
And then you just have like sheer grenade launchers. You have rocket launchers. You have the rocket launcher minigun. You have
those are different class. Also, what they call excessive class.
Yeah.
So they just do over the top destruction.
Boom.
Which
but
I feel
they
like
also
there's no purpose of playing any other gun if you just get the biggest gun.
Honestly, I don't know if you noticed. I stopped using it
because you probably wasn't expected to it.
No, it has nothing to do with that. So the things that would have affected it are, what's it called? Like reload speed and aim. Those both help, and it's like a gunner thing. It would have worked. It did damage. The problem is I didn't like how
you
they
probably
actually
didn't spend enough divines to fix it. Just use the solution. This game doesn't have that solution. You're like,
true.
I think it kind of just binds you. Yeah, it kind of just binds you to like, yeah, you can do those things, but if you want maximum damage, you're gonna have to like fit this button zone. Like you have to have one electric weapon, and you have to have one ballistic weapon.
Well, but then again, also, I don't think either of us really specialized in anything. Because
that's not true. I went straight crit.
No, because this is why I say this. Because it's more than just the base crit. As we're looking at like our gear and stuff, you notice how we're normally just like kind of going for the biggest number on the top row. That bottom row where you're manipulating body, what's it called? That can push you above 20. So you can specialize harder. It's just not, again, it's one of those things where it might be spelled out somewhere, and it got lost in just like the atmosphere of the game. And like I don't really listen to those like side talker characters that are off screen and kind of pop up in a window and
you have to decipher. It's like deciphering hieroglyphs because they don't really spell everything out. They just give you like icons and this icon then +3.
Not even that I can deal with. The problem I have is there are certain status effects and conditions and shit like that certain weapons and powers do or can inflict, and they have zero fucking information on what the fuck they do.
You mean like the what they call those, the
corruption weapons or whatever? Because there's a hold up here. I'm actually looking at it. There's something called the IO converter, right? Weapons, projectiles, and explosives now deal digital damage only. This mod will convert all of your damage output to an aggressive cyber strikes, which quickly overwhelm vulnerable enemies. That's all they give you. No numbers.
Which is basically robots, anything mechanical.
Right.
And we made that realization like towards the end.
But even now, it turns out that's not entirely true. Digital damage can do damage to fleshies depending on your weapon. Like there's more depth to this game than we've touched.
But that's not our fault. That's the game.
No.
Yeah, that's the game's like lack of way of explaining it to you.
But then again, dude, Path doesn't fucking explain shit. Like I find it's one of those things where.
But Path does have a dedicated fucking college that tries to teach you everything.
True,
we have Professor Zizarin, Professor Mathel.
I'm wondering, like, how I'm curious. Maybe I should actually like test this out instead of just like hypotheticaling it. But but I'm wondering how specialized into something I can be. I should probably test that. Should maybe. I test that? I don't know.
I don't think it's worth it, honestly. I'd rather pick up Last
Epoch. Also, we have Last Epoch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, as in you'd rather move on. Sorry, I thought you meant like pick up as in buy.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wait,
I'd rather move on. It's not that. Look, man, it's not that I don't like Last Ascent. I think it's for what it is. It's a great game. If it's like under $20, pick it up with a buddy. you'll have a solid time with them. It's a solid game. But for me to metagame and push beyond, there's no real incentive to do it. Path, there's fucking oodles and oodles of incentives. Like for every gear upgrade that you spend crucially crafting and metagaming and asking and digging and trading, you'll be able to push that much more content. Like there is a incentive structure that's built into Path that it fucking rewards you. Not a lot of games hit that button. There are not a lot of them. And I don't think Ascent is one of them. You can metacraft the shit out your build. You're gonna be killing people the same way and not getting anything.
I'm hoping it will start one-shotting shit. Because that's the thing that I was hoping to eventually getting to be able to do. But I think that's a very Path of Exile kind of like way of thinking.
Yeah.
Where it's just like I expect to be able to just make my build eventually, just like fucking nuts.
Things turned into bullet sponges really quick towards the end.
Yeah.
Where we stopped getting upgrades, even though like I think one of my weapons was fully upgraded, and I still had to dump like 8 mags into something.
Again, there are more levels of upgrade, but I understand how you feel. Like we weren't.
But that's New Game Plus. That's not.
No, it is not. I have to correct that part. It is not New Game Plus. I was letting you know that all of the openings that you get these things are in New Game Plus, easier and accessed earlier, depending because your shit's already maxed out. We can go through all of the little side areas and go pick up shit, and that would have left us with, I think, along the lines of like tier 12 or tier 13 weapons. So 2 or 3 tiers higher than where we got. But the upgrades do get substantially more expensive.
It's a common theme with ARPGs, I guess.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, like, again, I know it's not. I'm not trying to like cop out for the game. I'm trying to be fair. You know, I don't. I hate when you watch, like, you ever watch someone play a game you really enjoy and like
shit on it.
They're not, and they not only that do they shit on it, but they're not necessarily thinking about the game in the way that would make their playtime more enjoyable. And it's like, oh, but you could have done this, and that would have been exactly what you were talking about. Because I've seen people play PoE.
Now, we did pick up this game on a sale.
This is also very true. Totally 100% worth the fucking cost.
And it was worth every dollar. I think it was, what, $10 that we spent on it? $10, $15?
I think it was 20. I think it might have been 20.
No.
Yeah. It's default 30, but we got the bundle, which brought it down to 20.
Okay, the bundle, but the regular game was about $15, $10.
No. The bundle was cheaper.
During the sale.
Yeah, you're right. The bundle was cheaper.
I feel like it was under $10.
I don't think that.
All right.
You might want to just go into your Steam and take a look.
Hey, how do I check that?
Check your prior purchases. Yeah.
View. I've never thought that was a thing. Wait, on the settings, maybe?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll as soon as I get to the area.
Science. Yeah, overall, if you find this game on a sale, pick it up.
Absolutely.
Pick it up.
100% worth it.
Not gonna regret it.
Even at both of our varying personal scores to the game. You know, even if I consider this a 70, bro, worth it. Like,
yeah, if you 20, got nothing else to play, you can find this game for like $10, $15, $10, bro. You'll get your money's worth.
And again, like, we didn't touch the DLC.
Things got squirrely.
Right,
when we got to the DLC.
I think we needed to do
more side quests. Yeah.
No, we needed to do NG plus. Get the levels from all the quests, then go into there at the same general level as all those things.
So people listening, the DLC that it has right now, to me, it felt like you just being thrown with so many enemies. they just expected you to be like, yo, you're probably beefed out right now, so you're gonna have to fight just wave after wave. And even though you're trying to get to the quest marker, every step you take, there's like 40 new enemy in front of you.
So I was partially right so far. The base game is $30.
Yeah, it went up. Yeah, it went up. I was looking at it right now.
Oh no, it didn't. It was $30 when we first checked it. I promise. And then we noticed that the bundle was cheaper. I promise that's how this happened. Hold up. Okay,
Somehow I
so
don't believe you. I mean, I don't believe you in the sense that I don't believe I spent that much.
view my wallet. Where the fuck is this shit? Oh, maybe it's an account somewhere else.
I somehow do not believe that I would be willing to spend that much. I think one of the attractions was that it was significantly lower, and it was just like, whoa, that's all it is.
Because
That's
the
easy.
bundle was cheaper. I'm telling you.
Where's my phone? I'll pull up my bank account.
Oh yeah.
That might be
God, I'm
easier.
an idiot. I'm an idiot. I could have
Might
just
be
done that.
easier
Yeah.
than because I've never seen the. I'm sure there's a way, but I've never seen it on the Steam app. Maybe it's on a website. You guys are stupid. All you have to do is click this and this and that, and you get it.
Just be like, fuck, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
How the fuck you not know something like that?
Very easily. I don't fuck around with Steam. What the fuck? Maybe it's under.
I'm mad we're going through our bank account.
I haven't even opened my bank account app.
Oh
That's my
wait,
fault.
wait. I think I used my credit card. God damn it.
Here, I'll go in. Give me a sec.
Jesus Christ. What are we doing? We're using airtime for this. Trying to figure out the price of this thing.
It's the price of a game.
Oh wait, I gotta pay my bill. Oh man.
Oh man, shit. So do I. I forgot.
Good thing I checked. $16. So it's 15 plus tax.
Yeah,
That's what we pay for.
I
it. I think
paid.
that's
I
part.
paid just 15.
Yeah. So
Like I said, the bundle was cheaper, and we noticed it. I promise.
yeah, it was it was definitely on sale.
Right, but it was like a bundle. It was like some the
But you
Ascent.
got
What's it
the
called?
you got the you got the DLC plus you got some of the other like skins and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Dun 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 dun. So picking it up for the 15, 100% worth it.
100. Anything if it's on sale, yeah, take it up. You're not gonna regret it. Highly recommend it. Now the real question is, are we cool with Last Epic? Because since we already got it, and I don't think we gave it a fair.
I certainly did. But I am down for Last Epic. I like Last Epic. The problem I had was, I guess my build kind of thing was not
What did you go?
entertaining enough. I went the necro dude that was basically just walking around two hitting everything.
Oh, I mean, there's no build names for those things, so.
Right, I don't know what it was. I can't remember. There's classes, remember?
Yeah, but I was going with like a summoner.
I think I was going like Reaper or some shit like that. Like it was a melee build. I would walk up and I would use a cleave to apply a dot, and then I would use a slam, and that slam would like echo amongst them, and I would one shot just like mostly everything. It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that.
So this episode's probably going to go live on the 13th.
13th.
And what we'll probably start Last Epic either on the 13th or 9th, see how far we get, and then I'll post the episode maybe on Monday or Wednesday.
Isn't the 13th tomorrow?
Well, it's remember I'm forward 3 hours.
So today.
Yeah, so today basically. I'm as soon as I
okay. I was confused. Was my was I was like, wait, are you mentioning this for today?
Yeah,
or?
it's 1 a.m. for me, so I will post this episode, and the viewers will see it at 9 a.m. access to it. So.
And by that time, will we have already played a little bit of At Last Epoch, or are we playing like later?
Do you have it installed?
I do.
Oh, then yeah, most definitely we can do that. Yeah, It
All
don't take
right.
me, it don't take me much.
Let's see. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Update is paused, but only from what I see, only a small
Are
update
we
of
doing
25
a
minutes.
fresh run, or are we gonna?
I think we have to, right?
I think sure we should. I think we should too.
I don't know what have to, but yeah, I think we should as
I
well.
think it's fair because I think when we played it last time, we was playing it for the sake of playing it with just friends, and we was to be 100%. I wasn't paying attention because I wasn't looking at it from like a review and trying to pay attention to like
I was
details.
wondering. I was legit wondering the how this was going to stack up to PoE when it came out.
Last epic.
Yeah, I was pretty interested. The problem I was having, you know what? Actually, there's something I already remember about this game. I don't like this game's crafting system.
Yeah, that
You
was pretty
remember?
bad. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I've heard Zizarin ranting and raving about this fucking crafting system, and I'm like, the things you love about it are the things I hate about it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember a little bit about that. It was really like off-putting. Wait, but I don't
it
want to
to
keep.
me
I don't want to keep
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
this. I want to keep talking about
yeah.
this.
Sorry, everybody. We have to backpedal.
No, it's just. I think this would be juicy for
Our review.
a review episode, yeah, of that.
It's a sneak peek to my verdict. No, I'm kidding.
Any last thoughts for Ascent? Anything we should wrap up
No,
with?
I have noticed something. We have not bothered you guys for buttons today. If
We're
you
doing
guys
pretty bad with that. We really
no,
are.
no, 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 no. So this is my thought, right? If you get to the point where we are talking about buttons, I think it's fair you press a button. We gave you a little bit of value. Maybe you hate us. Hate button. You know, I don't care what button. Hit a button. Let us know your thoughts. Give us a comment. Drop us a fucking hatred speech if you want. Go for it. I'm not thin skinned. But buttons
My
up.
skin is dry. I haven't lotion in 10 years.
I
I have calluses.
have calluses. My body's a callus. But that's all I had was buttons.
Just shout out to the people who have pressed the buttons.
Oh,
You
you know
guys
what?
are our heart and fuel.
That is something I never really like I haven't like focused on yet. It's like those of you who have press buttons, you're right. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. You
We
are
are
why we
growing slowly and steady, and you guys are every single one of you are our hearts.
bullshit. We have
Ironically,
1 million subs. We have
I
1 million subs and they
fucking
all love
wish
us.
I'd quit my
And we love
job.
them all.
I'd quit my job tomorrow. It's not even open. I would send my 2 weeks notice to my jobs like during the weekend because I know she sometimes works on the weekends. I was just send it to her like, hey, I know you're working right now, so just read this. It's official.
Just read this. You have to support this.
I need your confirmation right now. But yeah, so so basically, we got subscribers both on our YouTube channel and on Spotify. Wherever you listen, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to us. To us, just let us know that you're listening.
Let us know that you're listening. Yep.
We appreciate it a lot. And stay tuned for our next episode. We're gonna go do a deep dive and give a fair, honest review on Last Epic, Last Epoch, however you say it.
I don't know how you have like an issue with Epoch, man.
I don't know. Maybe that's my mission. Maybe my mission is to get the pronunciation
Epoch.
right. Epoch.
To get Epoch in there.
Epoch.
Epoch.
I feel like I'm talking Klingon. Epoch.
Well, everybody, thank you so very much for joining us. Hit the buttons if you haven't. We love you.
All right. Have a good one. I should roll the tape, huh? Right? That'd be good. I was about to close it out without rolling the tape.
Just be like, bloop.